This is Graham from Knight's Writing Company, and today Sammy and Ling and myself are paddling around on beautiful Lake Charleston, just north of Kingston in Ontario. It's absolutely gorgeous here today. There's Ling, there's Sammy. All right. And I'm sailing around here looking at the water, and I'm thinking of a conversation my friend and myself, Laurie Bailey, had. And we were talking about blue inks and inks that look like the sea. So I'm going to do some reviews of some inks and do some comparisons as well once we get back. Well, it's been a couple of weeks since I did my last video, which was on the TWSBI swipe. Thank you so much for all the views and the comments and the likes. It's really nice to know that people are out there watching the videos. We've only been doing them for a little while now, and already they're having a great impact. And I really hope at least they're helping. Let us know if you have any other things you'd like us to look at as well. So this video, as I mentioned on my intro, I was talking to Laurie, and we're trying to find her a nice blue ink that kind of looks a bit like the sea. So I've got 4 blues here, and these are regular blue inks, and I'm probably going to try some turquoise and probably go with some teal inks as well and do some samples of those and see how they look, and maybe we can find her an ink. The paper I've got here for doing my swabs and my writing samples, this is the Clairefontaine Triomphe. It's a nice, well-behaved paper, and it's also a good weight as well. So once the paper gets a little bit wet, it doesn't crinkle up too much. This is a Quaco special nib holder we just got in the store, and this is the nib for it here. They're not quite on the website yet, but they're the usual Quaco quality you would expect. This is an extra fine nib with a lot of flex. This one here is actually a nib I'm going to use. It's a bit more like a regular fountain pen nib with a little less flex, and I'm certainly not a calligrapher. I don't pretend to be. And in fact, strange for a pen store owner, I can hardly write. I guess chicken scratch is about the nicest thing you can say about my writing. I got my cotton buds here for ink swabs, lots of tissue paper, water for cleaning my nibs, and this little cardboard square here. Ordinarily, I use cardboard squares as a guide just to help me get ink swabs more or less the same shape and the same size. So hopefully that will work here, and I don't make too much of a mess because I do have a reputation for spilling ink. And I'll also take photographs of these and get them on the video as well towards the end, so you can see what they look like up close and personal. Okay, this is where it starts to get fun. First ink I'm going to look at here is J. Harbin Deep Ocean Blue, and this J. Harbin ink is really well behaved and extremely nice ink to use actually, and this is a beautiful blue. It's really popular. So I'm going to grab my cotton swab here, give it a good dip. These bottles are not going to be sold actually. These come from our ink sample section in the store. And if all goes well, ooh, good grief. Lovely. That's nice. Let's give that a quick dip. And yep, you can tell that I don't know what I'm doing with a nib holder, but you can see this this ink is really blue and really rich and really beautiful as well. And J. Harbin inks, super popular actually. I don't think we have this one in cartridges, but we have it in the bottles. And they're not offensively expensive either for what you get. They're a really good price. So that's the first blue. Let's wash off the nib here. You can see from the tissue here, actually, once you wash it off, it's not carrying an awful lot of blue there, right? So these hold ink, once they're used and the reservoir is gone, they're pretty easy to clean. So let's put lid on that one before I drop it. And let's look at the next one, which is the Pilot Deep Sea. These are beautiful inks from Japan. Again, pretty well behaved, but quite saturated inks actually. So some people don't like using them in the fountain pens because of the saturation. Some people love them, so let's give that a go. Don't drop the ink. Give that a bit of a... Ooh. I always like to hold the cotton bud in for a few seconds just to let the thing get a little bit saturated before we actually do the swab. Okay. Ooh, wow. That is a little bit lighter than J. Harbin, I would say. Let's get rid of that guy. If you can see that, let me just move the pad. Deep Sea. Oh, I love my exclamation marks. So you can see not all blues are the same. I really like that one actually. That's really nice. And it takes a little time, but once they're dried out, you can really see the shading on the inks as well. What do we have next? Okay, we've got a couple of shimmer inks we're going to try here. This one is the J. Harbin Blue Ocean, which has flecks of gold in it. So we're going to give that a good shake. And I don't know what's going to happen with the dip pen nib here, whether it will pick up any of that gold or not. Get that really well shaken in. Some people don't like using shimmer inks in their fountain pens because of the possibility of clogging up. Let me do the sample first before I do the writing. Can't multitask. But we haven't had too many problems with shimmer inks, and we haven't had too many customers email us actually and ask us, you know, I've got a problem with my pen because I used a shimmer ink. So generally people do like them, and usually have to wait for a little bit before the shimmer shows up, and quite often it's quite subtle as well. Let's move that up there. That is gorgeous. All right. Super. I always get a smile on my face when I do ink swabs, because you never know what they're going to look like. But these ones are coming out quite nicely. So let's let the J. Harbin Blue Ocean dry for a little bit. I can just start seeing the shimmer coming out, and the gold colored flecks. I don't know if you can do that. You can see that, but probably when it's dried you'll be able to see that. And let's have a look at the Diamine Enchanted Ocean, which also is a shimmer ink, but it has a diamine color ink shimmers, so I guess I shouldn't really call J. Harbin a shimmer ink, but classify them the same. This guy here, the Enchanted Ocean, actually has silver flecks as opposed to gold flecks. So let's give that a bit of a shake. Hope I'm not making you too dizzy there. And without spilling, live on camera, let's give that a good dip in there. Okay. No accidents, please. Wouldn't be the first time. Wow. Actually, this is kind of a very dark blue. Almost a blue-black, I would say. And I can't see any of the silver shimmer in that whatsoever. But it is there, and I think we'll see it when it dries. Let's have a bit of a dip in there. And that's diamine, enchanted. Enchanted Ocean. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. So if you never tried a shimmering, maybe give one a go. You can always grab an ink sample from us and see if you like it. Generally they are fine in pens, and in fact, it's all about fountain pen health. How often do you clean your pen? How often do you look after your pen? Do you leave ink in there and let it dry out over time? Do you use your pen often? So even with a shimmer ink, I think regular inks, shimmer inks, I think you need good maintenance of your fountain pens. Otherwise, you're going to get problems regardless of which ink you use. So let's take a look here. They're quite different, but they're quite gorgeous. I will say that. Okay, I got myself a fresh glass of water, made myself a cup of tea, and the blue inks are drying. I will take photographs. You'll be able to see the inks at the end of the video. But for my money, the J Harbin Deep Ocean Blue is the one to go for. The Pilot and the two shimmer inks are kind of nice, but the Deep Ocean Blue is absolutely gorgeous. Let's take a look at a couple of teals. Kind of. I wanted to have diamine teal here, but we don't seem to have any in the ink sample section of the store, and I think we've sold out for now. I wanted to bring in the California teal from Monteverde, show you a bit of a kind of a blue-green, and the bluegrass velvet from Ferris Wheel Press as well, which I actually absolutely love. Now, strictly not sea or lake type colors. I always think of sort of teals and that kind of greeny blue as the colors of lakes in Ontario. So I'm going to include two of these. And then we're going to take a look at a couple of turquoise as well, which always reminds me of the Caribbean. So without further ado, hey Sammy. Sammy's coming to see me. Without further ado, let's take a look at the California teal first. Let's get that popped open, and we'll get our little square of useful cardboard there. And, oh, that is such a rich color. If you've not tried Monteverde inks, definitely worth a try. They're not the most popular, not the most well-known, but they are quite reliable and have a really nice range of colors as well. So let's give this one a go. And that is deep. She reminds me of Lake Charleston, where we were just this weekend paddling around. Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Wow, you should be able to see on the camera there. You can really see that sort of green teal color. It's absolutely fantastic. And sometimes, sometimes these are nicer than a regular blue ink. I always find blue is kind of a weird color for an ink. I like black and brown maybe, but the blues are really interesting. Huh, okay. Now that's Monteverde. Lovely. Whew. Really nice color. Okay, better close that one up. Throw that there. And I almost feel like I'm cheating you here putting the bluegrass velvet in, because it has absolutely nothing to do with water whatsoever. It's kind of blue, but it actually has almost a teal-like shading to it. Let's get rid of that. Take that little plastic insert off there. Dip there. All right, let's take a look here. Wow, love it. Not teal, it's kind of blue. But I'm going to classify it, for purposes of this this sampling, I'm going to classify it as teal just because I like it. You can probably hear Sammy scratching in the background there. I think she has a bit of a problem with the weeds this time of year. Maybe a little bit of an allergy. Poor thing. I have to keep giving her baths. She hates it. Okay, let's take a look there. Lovely. Oof, love it. And that Ferris wheel ink has beautiful shading. Now, some of their inks are not particularly saturated or a bit pastel, but the Bluegrass Velvet is a gorgeous one. California Teal, lovely. These both, yeah, I'd say, whoops, there's an accident there. I would say, actually, the Bluegrass Velvet's more of a turquoise, more like a Caribbean color, and the California Teal, yep, definitely a teal. But if you do get a chance to try the diamine teal, do, because it's a lovely color, actually. Okay, let's take a look at the turquoise inks. Okay, I gave myself a new piece of paper here because I did have a little bit of an ink spill there, and I'm going to take photographs of all these ink swatches, and I'm going to play them at the end of the video so you can have a real close look at the colors. But I decided to select two inks, which are turquoise, which always reminds me of the Caribbean seas. The first one is J. Harbin Blue Azure, and the second one is Three Steamboats. There are tons of turquoise inks actually, but these two I do particularly like, so I decided to go with these ones. So let's take a look at the J. Harbin Blue Azure first. All right. I just want to go away for a vacation. Let's give that a good dip. There. All right. Now, I generally don't use turquoise inks in my fountain pens. I prefer a darker, richer ink. Something like, I think I mentioned a brown or a black, or actually my favorite is a blue-black ink. But these are quite popular with folks, and that's gorgeous. Look at that. Forgot packing it away before I did the writing sample. All right. And my apologies, this video is turned into a 20-minute marathon, and I always said to myself I'd keep videos under 10 minutes, but I hope you're enjoying it anyway. J. Harbin. Oops. Nice. I really like that. It's a very bright color. Makes me feel super happy actually. All right. And we're going to go with another Ferris wheel ink, Three Steamboats, which is another nice turquoise color as well, from our very own Canadian ink manufacturer. They're fantastic folk there. I love them so much. And I'm already spilling the ink. Let's get a good dip there. I always love opening up an ink sample bottle and seeing how full, how empty it is, and you can see how popular it is with customers. Seeing as I spilt it, there's a little dot there, I'm going to just put it here. Wow! Gorgeous. A little bit, as I mentioned, a little bit pastel compared to J. Harbin, but still really, really beautiful colors. So, Laurie, you're going to be super confused which ink to go for. Yeah. Yep, I'm not a dip pen person. Nice. Okay. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to put the lid back on the Ferris wheel here. Make sure that's good and safe. I'm going to bring in, let's have a look here. So these are our two turquoise inks that I selected. And here are teals there. Gorgeous and amazing. I'm going to move away my, oh what a mess. I'm going to move away all of this and I'm going to bring in my blues there that we took a sample of. Now you can see the gold flakes here and you can see the silver flakes here. So Diamine and Charged Ocean, J Harbin, Blue Ocean. So in terms of, I'm going to say in terms of deep sea color, I'm going to go with this one, the J Harbin Deep Ocean Blue. Okay, if you're looking for a teal type color, yeah, California teal is absolutely gorgeous. Actually, it's really green, but I still do love the blue glass velvet from Ferris Wheel Press. And if you're looking for something that looks like Caribbean, I'm going to suggest the J Harbin Blue Azure here. So those are my 3 or 4 suggestions. I will take photographs at the end of the video. Hopefully it wasn't too long. I think we've probably gone over the 20 minutes. And hopefully you've enjoyed it. But yeah, these are beautiful inks. You can always count on J Harbin. This deep blue ocean is just absolutely gorgeous. Well, we're just about finished our little trip here. Had a blast. It's been a beautiful day. If you liked the video, press subscribe at the bottom and find us at www.nicewriting.ca. Thanks for watching and we'll see you next time.